Hello, I'm Yixin Jiang, and today for my presentation, I would like to start it by introducing Mary Bewery, an early 20th century African-American female playwright of the Harlem Renaissance. I really admire and interested to this African-American female playwright. Bewery wrote about her Black experience, also their literature and cultural activities. She features prominent central figures in Black society in Washington, D.C., and others who contributed to the education of Black women in the early 20th century. Bewery is far from interchangeable as woman and as a writer. She was educated members of the middle class in the innocent country, and she shared a middle class background that includes a classical education. She wrote plays about real Black experience, and I think only the real story and experience could easily touch the audience. And then I would like to introduce one of the famous plays of Bewery, which is They That Sit in Darkness, a one-act play written in 1990 that focused on the difficulties faced by working-class Black families with many children. And Melinda Jasper is the main character of the show, who is a 38-year-old woman, works full-time and takes care of 10 children, which is a huge number for ordinary families, and her husband has never seen her children because they were sleeping when he returned home and from the work. Melinda Jasper is of the unfortunate. She died of physical and mental exhaustion, forcing her 17-year-old daughter to take care of her family instead of going to the college as planned, and as a result, she continued to fall to poverty due to she can't get enough education. Through Melinda's story, the play explored how legal restrictions that limited women's access to reproductive rights affected the welfare of them and their families. So we can know that the education in that situation is really important to escape from the poverty, and this become a controversial story. And they that sit in the darkness reminds me that of the dramas I have studied before, which is Hansbury's A Reason in the Sun. They both talk about the problems and difficulties of ordinary Black working families, and the description of family is important to their work, and they all reflect the suffering of the Black families through their role and plots in the Black families. I would like to focus on two simulations of those two works. The first simulation is the woman playing a very important role in the plays, to indicate the difficulties in life and the poor situation of the Black families. Melinda in the They That Sit in the Darkness, unfortunately that of the physical and mental exhausted due to the poor situation of for social rights for women and the poverty of the Black families. It's obviously that the society is dominated by whites, and Hansbury's A Reason in the Sun. Her work focused on the Black wives and the mothers to depict how the Black families struggled in the society that was full of dominated of whites. Those women reflect the true background of the Black woman, although people are not obviously discrimination against the Blacks. The economic gap between whites and Blacks was a big problem in the society at that time. It is interesting that I can feel the strong emotion of those women's disappointment and sadness in the play. It seemed to be strong and powerful. Both planes indicate American inspirational spirit, and I think they did a good job to show strong emotions to make people appreciate the inspiration. Talking about the aesthetics, I have to say that the setting of this plane is fantastic. For example, the great black patches I saw from smoke are on the below ceilings and the walls. I think living under the low ceilings for a long time will make people feel displeased. Such scenes are often used to set up a displeased and madness atmosphere. Such scenes can easily enable the audience to better enter the environment that the playwright wants to reflect and can better drive the audience emotion. And we should enjoy the wonderful play and thank you.